Social shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can put all that clown shit away. There's some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
What's happening, people? We are back in the building. And today, guys, we're taking a look at the number 10 role. You know, everybody has been asking this question. You know, where have the number 10s gone? You know, where are the traditional Dennis Bergkamps? Where are the traditional Kakas? You know, Mario Götzes, Mesut Ozils? You know, we are really running out of these traditional number 10s in today's game. It does seem like they are a bit of a hybrid of a number 8/number 10. You know, you guys can see on your screen already, you know, you look at some of the things that, you know, Kaká used to do, whether it was for Brazil, whether it was for AC Milan, you know, that short stint, you know, at Real Madrid. You know, this was a brilliant player. And I think we're all looking at it thinking, is the number 10 role actually going out of football? Is it a position that, you know, teams feel that they don't necessarily need, just because of the way that the game is today, you know, just because of the way that certain managers want their teams to play? You know, it's a very interesting topic. It's a very interesting question. You guys let me know what you think, of course, in the chat, in the comment section. Do you guys believe that the number 10 role is starting to go? Do you guys think that we need to bring it back? Do teams even need a number 10 specifically in their team? Because we've seen with some teams, you know, they've started to use number 10s, but in a different kind of way. You know, you look at the likes of, you know, a 𝐒𝐫𝐫𝐫, you look at the likes of a Martin Ødegaard, you know, those kind of hybrid 8/10s. But then we look at the players such as, you know, a Florian Wirtz, you know, for example, someone who does predominantly play in that kind of position, in that kind of space, you know, almost Thomas Müller-like, you know, in terms of a space invader. You know, I think it's definitely something to take a look at, and it's definitely something that I've always been, you know, wondering, especially in the last few seasons. I mean, whose fault is it really that we haven't got that position anymore? Now, on the face of it, what we kind of would define the number 10 role, or the traditional number 10 role, it's usually someone who plays behind a striker. You know, he's kind of that false nine almost type of player. He's someone who can link between the defense and the attack. You know, he is that linchpin in an attacking sense, and he doesn't really have too much defensive responsibility. So usually you would leave that for your more technical players. So players like Ozil, who defensively might be a little bit weak, you know, in terms of helping out in terms of numbers, but going forward, he's definitely the player that, you know, the centre backs or the full backs or the midfield, you know, if they're playing in a double pivot or defensive midfield or whatever it may be, they're the type of players that you want to get the ball to, because they can make things happen further forward for you better than anybody else on the pitch, and especially when you are trying to play through the middle. Nowadays, what we are kind of seeing at this moment, from my own personal opinion, what I'm kind of seeing is you're seeing number 10s in terms of where they stand on the pitch, but their role seems to be different. And I think that's been a massive change over the last, would we say, 5 to 10 years, especially with players like Ozil obviously retiring. You know, you go back to players like, would I say, Dennis Bergkamp, you know, Kaká, you know, those type of players who predominantly played in those kind of forward roles. Yes, every now and again, would they get back and help? Of course they would, you know, if needs must, but they weren't really there for that. They were that, you know, link between that defense and attack. Now what we're seeing, as I mentioned before, is you're seeing more the 𝐒𝐫𝐫𝐫s, you're seeing more the Martin Ødegaards, who, yes, in terms of where they might stand when the game starts, is, you know, in that number 10 position. And yes, technically speaking, their role kind of still is to, you know, be the, would I say, link between defense and attack, but they've got a lot more responsibility now. You know, their off the ball work needs to be really good. You know, in terms of pressing, the way that the managers want these teams to press now, especially, you know, in those forward areas. They become vitally more important for that defensive transition, for the, you know, those defensive phases. They become, you know, almost the key man in both kind of transitions. So that's where I think the game has kind of moved, and that's where I think the game has kind of changed, you know, between, you know, the old and the new in terms of the number 10 position. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that the number 10s have well and truly gone? Are they coming back, but just in a new Gen Z fashion? Let me know, of course, your thoughts and your feelings. Make sure you smash a like, make sure you share and subscribe to the video. Big up to everybody who has watched this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.